Yeah, I don't think you want this anywhere near Turpin if you can help it.
That's blocked. And picked up by Cincinnati out across the 46. It was blocked by Nick Vigil.
A complete disaster for the Dallas Cowboys special teams unit in Week 14. A game of chances and one last opportunity to get the ball back on offense and seal the game, but the Dallas Cowboys coming up short. A miscommunication there by Amani Oruwariye on special teams, and they fall in a nail-biter. 27-20 the final in Week 14 against the Cincinnati Bengals. Again, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase go and score on that next drive after the block punt, and they call a game. The Dallas Cowboys falling 27-20 again in AT&T Stadium, and the Cowboys are now 5-8 in the season. We're going to flashback through it all here on Cowboys Flashback, a primetime matchup that had it all. Lead changes, game time plays, so many momentum shifts, but it all came down to the fourth quarter. The Dallas defense rising to the occasion, sacking Joe Burrow for the first time in the game. It was just the offense struggling to execute late. Instead of rewarding the defense with points, they rewarded them with punts. Just one touchdown the entire second half, but that goes back to their chances. The first half, in 3 trips to the red zone, the Cowboys come away with a touchdown, a field goal, and turn the ball over. Those were opportunities that could have made a difference. But there's no blame game. Everyone's taking accountability, and Mike McCarthy proud of the fight for a full 60 minutes.
You know, a lot of flow, ebb and flow to the game, but I just, you know, can't say enough about our guys. They just keep fighting, keep competing, and you know, they made one more play than we did. So I mean, you can see it at halftime. The big play production at halftime was 7-7. So, and that was really just a message that we had to just keep slugging this thing away. And you know, good chance it was going to come down to one play, and that's what it came down to.
With 8 losses, how do you reconcile where you head after this? Do you still
reconcile? I mean, you know. Well, I mean, we, you know, just do the math. You know, obviously, you know, we're not even back to even. You know, we're still in the hole. We need a tremendous amount of help. Is, you know, just being Captain Obvious here. So I mean, it's just one of the things we had to have this one. I mean, that's the way we approached it. Team had probably our best week of practice. You know, just having the whole secondary out there. I mean, Friday's practice. You know, they had numerous interceptions. You know, I felt this week, really for the first time since training camp, we were a complete football team. So I thought we were running on all cylinders. You know, knew we have to play a certain way because of where we are right now. And I thought we did a solid job of trying to play to that. You know, we needed some takeaways, and our defense was you know, created, you know, turnover opportunities. You know, the one giveaway was, you know, it was a huge play. You know, we really had a clean play that, you know, we had a collision there, you know, with our primary receiver. And, you know, so that was a big play early. But that's, you know, that's what this time of year is, you know, December. I mean, these games are always clawing and scratching because everybody's urgency is at the highest. And we were short. We were one play short today.
Got one more. Overshown, what did the trainer's doctor say?
It's of serious nature, I'm told. That's really, that's all I know. It just didn't look good.
Mac Engel, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Does a game like this just feel consistent with the way your season has gone? Just rough breaks, and what can go wrong sometimes is going wrong.
I think, you know, I really don't view it that way. That's football. Football's is an up and down sport. You know, it's 11 individuals on 11 individuals every play. So it's, you know, there's nothing that happened in the game today that players and coaches haven't experienced before. Just it happens in a different order. So, and when you don't win, you know, yes, that's the kind of things that are said. But when you do win, you overcome adversity. So we were short today. We've been short, you know, all year. But you know, we had some games early that obviously were not very good at all as an overall performance. But you know, they prepared to win. We were in position to win, and we came up short.
Sticking with a similar theme for this Cowboys offense, they've been able to move the ball well, which they did against the Bengals. They're just struggling to finish drives. A huge part of that success, though, I'll give you a hint, his number is 23. Rico Dowdle having another career day. We're breaking it all down here on Cowboys Flashback.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, powered by Reliant, is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. And by Reliant, official energy provider of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
And there comes a time when you've got to start challenging these people.
Dowdle, first down plus. Rico out of bounds inside the 10.
Rico Dowdle taking his game to new heights, and I mean that literally. He went from having a career day against the New York Giants in Week 13 to setting a new career high in Week 14 against the Bengals. How about 18 carries for 131 yards, averaging over 7 yards per carry? That was a stat line for Rico Dowdle. Here's Rico postgame.
Like I said, it's been about rhythm from the jump, and those guys up front are doing a hell of a job these past couple weeks. It starts with them, and that's something that we harped on during the week. It's going to start in the trenches with the guys up front. They set the tone, and they open the creases for me, and it's working out for us as offense.
Speaking of that, I mean, how much more challenging is it to lose Cooper Beebe to a concussion? You've already lost Zach Martin. Just how difficult is it to continue to stride offensively on the ground when you're having to interchange so many pieces of the offensive line due to injury?
I think we got a good group of linemen. A lot of potential guys that don't start that have potential to be starters in the NFL. You know, Brock's came in and played well. T.J. Bass has always played well when he came in as well. So those guys just prepared the right way, and they all been ready for when the opportunity came in. I don't think it's been a real crazy drop-off from the guys that's got injured and the guys that's been in there. So those guys prepared the right way, and it's worked out for them too.
What do you feel like you've shown in these last couple of weeks as you've been tabbed RB1 and then you've gone out there now back-to-back 100-plus yard games regarding this year but also regarding the future? What do you feel like you've shown about your ability to be that kind of back in this league?
Like I said, it speaks for itself, the tape, the eye in the sky. My thing I always say is the eye in the sky don't lie. So the tape will speak for itself. I think I've definitely shown that I can go out there and carry the load. So, and that's that.
The eye in the sky don't lie. I think I'm going to use that one day. Rico with his first back-to-back 100-plus yard rushing game in his career. A bright spot for this offense Monday night. There were a few others, though. Cooper Rush getting CeeDee Lamb involved early. Second straight week, Cooper Rush has cooked up a touchdown to Brandon Cooks. But the passing game as a whole really struggled. Just 183 passing yards. But where they fell short, third downs. The Cowboys were 4 of 12 on third down conversions, lost the time of possession battle, and just falling short in the execution category when given the opportunity. 322 total yards of offense altogether, and for the most part, they were balanced. But when the stats don't translate to wins, it's frustrating.
Yeah, it sucks. Obviously, we needed that win, and we didn't get it. So that's for everybody in the locker room. I mean, obviously, that one hit us. And, yeah, man, I ain't really got too much to say on it, but, yeah, it sucks.
When you talk about the offensive game plan, it seemed like everything you guys really want to do, you were able to do.
Just going out there and execute, mostly. Like, that was the end goal, just going out there making routine plays, doing what we got to do to stay above the sticks, get first downs when needed, and we came up short on a couple, and it bit us.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds.
Does this loss hurt more than the others this season?
Nah, they all hurt. They hurt just the same. I mean, they add up. And then this is what you get, so sucks.
But if you were going to describe a game like this with one word, what would it be? Why?
2 words: missed opportunity. There you
go.
Why? We just, like I said, we hold a really good offense of 20 points. We turn them over, you know, and as an offense, we felt confident we were able to move it on them, and we just didn't capitalize.
The interception down in the red zone, was that a case of CeeDee getting picked off, or were you looking at Jake, or can you kind of walk us through?
Yeah, we're ripping the slant to CeeDee, and he just gets hit again. I don't know the ruling on it, but it's kind of a trust, cut it loose throw. It's probably a little tight, but we got 88 ripping in there on a slant versus man, so we liked it.
Cooper, obviously, you guys were beginning to make some forward progress. You're professionals, you got to shake it off, but how much tougher is this going to be to overcome considering the way it happened?
You know, yeah, like the way it happens tough, but I mean, a loss is a loss, you know, and like you said, we're professionals. It's on to the next week, short week again, which is kind of nice. Get right back to it, and got to go beat Carolina.
Cooper Rush straight to the point about how he would describe the season and how he would describe this loss as a whole. Missed opportunities. Well, there was quite a few of those in the game against the Bengals, but where did it all go wrong? Up next, George Teague helps me break it all down.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
A blocked punt recovered by the Cincinnati Bengals, the ultimate dagger for the Dallas Cowboys in their loss in Week 14. But there were opportunities that the Cowboys didn't take advantage of all game long. And I've got George Teague here to break it all down and then some. Let's start with this offense. Out the gate, I mean, they say, baby, we here, right? They punch first, score a touchdown. Cooper Rush finds CeeDee Lamb wide open in the end zone. But the next possession, they drive downfield, all for it to end in a red zone turnover. What happened on that play, George?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about it. But we always hate when you get to the end zone, you don't come away with any points, right? So let's talk about how that actually happened.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Take it over.
Let's go ahead and get this. So this is a very complicated, I shouldn't say complicated. There's a lot of things that Cooper Rush can look at here, right? So you got a few guys you need to keep your eyes on. These two guys, right? They got a natural route, natural pick play where he's going to run a wheel route and he's going to run a slant. Now, they do the same thing on the other side, so you need to make note of that. The difference is this cornerback, right, is on the ball. That one's off. So Cooper Rush should know right now that I'm going to go down to the bottom, okay? Now, Cooper Rush is known to throw the ball very fast. So if we let this go ahead and run, you'll see the natural pick play come. And if we can hold it just a tad bit later, you will see that there's the natural pick route. If you let it keep going, Jake Ferguson actually is about to pop wide open right here. And you watch his reaction to that, okay? So, yeah, if you go to the back end real quick, I just need to point out one more thing about this. If you look at where our quarterback, Cooper Rush, his vision, what is he looking at? So he should be taught to keep that guy in his spot. He doesn't do that, okay? He turns his eyes over this way, which makes him start to move this way. This guy's the guy that actually makes the interception from the other side of the field. Yes, the other cornerback could have got the pick because it hit him right in the chest, but if you look at the free safety, he's already going over, and we like to have tip balls come our way.
Absolutely. Something that the players, Mike McCarthy, have always talked about is the fact that Cooper Rush does get the ball out fast because it keeps defenses on their toes, right? But in a situation like this, you have your offensive line blocking very well, Chuma and Terrence Steele holding up very well, and that's something that you have to be able to take your time. You had time to diagnose the play, so something that we hope to see moving forward that Cooper Rush does improve on. But switching over to the other side of the ball, Malik Hooker. We talk about takeaways and how important that it is for this defense. Malik Hooker getting his second interception of the year. What'd you like from that play?
Oh, I love it because it's more creativity by Zim, right? So these two guys, let's get there. These two guys.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah,
that's all right.
Are man-to-man on Chase. They got double coverage. It's called in and out coverage. One's going to play over the top. That's going to be Diggs. And then Wilson, who's up here, will be able to jump the inside route. I don't think they play that well enough, okay? I'll explain that in a minute. But the guy that actually makes this happen is Eric Kendricks, okay? So we need to keep our eye on him. So when you let this go, you're going to see a dig route, meaning Chase is going to take an inside release, right? Diggs is getting ready to start to climb on top. So here comes Donovan Wilson, who's going to be dropping down. Eric Kendricks made him throw the ball up and over so that Malik Hooker could have the pick, right? So he knows it. You said it. He knows that he's the reason that he caused that interception.
That's the 69th interception since 2021. The Cowboys lead
Wow.
the NFL in interceptions. I know, what a stat right there. Next offensive possession, though, they don't score a touchdown again. You cannot make plays like that and not reward the defense when they're stepping up for you consistently. But I've got to ask you, I know that wasn't the outcome that anybody wanted to see for the Cowboys, especially with so much on the line. But what did you like from this team?
I like the fact that the defense actually kept them in there. There's only so much that you can do, right? The defense keeps putting them in, giving them chances. We just have to make sure that we score in the red zone. The running game looked good. We took some shots down the field, not enough, but a little bit by little bit. It's just getting a little late.
The defense did give this team opportunities. Up next, we're going to highlight what they did well, what they did wrong, and how they can improve up next here on Cowboys Flashback.
This segment was brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas defense standing tall against the Cincinnati Bengals, but their effort just falling a little bit short. The key to slowing down Joe Burrow, well, that's get home. The Cowboys didn't have success until the fourth quarter doing so, with Maris Liufau and Donovan Wilson with back-to-back sacks on the same drive. They were getting pressure, but when it comes to a quarterback like Joe Burrow, who can extend plays on his own or dice up a defense on the run, pressure is just simply not enough. But the defense, for the most part, kept the Bengals offense in check, holding them to 40% on third downs and taking away their run game, holding them to just 74 yards and coming away with 2 takeaways. We like that. But to lose in the fashion that the Cowboys did after the type of effort the defense put together, the emotions got the best of them post-game.
Oh, I'm hurt. Man, I won't wish this on anybody. That, man, you can't even put that in words, bro, to be honest.
Is there a party that feels for Amani what happened there that moment, for sure? Amani touching the ball, what's going through your head there?
I mean, I wasn't even really grasping what was going on. Nick made a great play, and then, I asked the ref, explain what happened. He told me that we touched the ball. It was definitely a huge momentum shift. I mean, we just caught a huge stop. We're going to a 2-minute drill. It's just real hard to, you think to believe you could pull that game out from that situation. That hurts.
You say you wouldn't wish this on anyone. Does it just feel like it's snowballing this year? Everything just seems to bounce
Dog, between the players, I mean, so many situations. It's just, I wouldn't say it's snowballing, but I don't know. It seems like we're paying a due that's not fair. I don't know if it's bad luck, karma, but in terms of the work ethic, everyone's working so hard. I mean, I think we really did well. We could have did a little bit better containing. I think we gave up some points, but, I mean, you tell me we hold Joe Burrow to 20 points and 2 minutes left with our offense, the way we was moving the ball today, I think we could win the game.
Overall, Micah Parsons and this defense satisfied, but also still not satisfied a little bit about the effort that they put in. But holding Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase to a somewhat of a decent game, that's something that they aimed to do, and they certainly lived up to it. All right, up next, we're sticking here on Cowboys Flashback. We're looking ahead to Week 15.
To watch more Dallas Cowboys content on your connected TV, download the Cowboys Now app on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. Dallas Cowboys Flashback, powered by Reliant, was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Reliant, an NRG company.
The Dallas Cowboys falling to the Cincinnati Bengals in Week 14. 27-20, the final, moving them to 5-8 in the season, ending their win game streak that they had going forward. Welcome back into Cowboys Flashback. Nicole Hedges here to wrap things up, and it has been an emotional roller coaster ride of a season, with this loss probably sitting at the top of all of their losses, considering it's been a win that was in reach. But there's no time to dwell at all. This team knows that they have a quick turnaround. Just 6 days until they travel out to Carolina and take on the Carolina Panthers, a team that's also struggled this season as well, sitting at 3-10 in the season, 4th in the NFC South. Dallas looking for a chance to get back on track. Can they do it? Can they let this game fuel them in order to get back on track? We'll find out.